Good morning, good day, and hello to all of you beautiful souls out there. This is my friend Sheena Kantar, and I am Bobbi Jo Mackles, and we are the Bobbi Jo and Sheena Show, having a great time. I just got back. We missed yesterday. I was out of town, but it is great to be here. So I was saying to Sheena, I didn't know what to talk about today. Like that's always a problem with me. But then I just opened up this little book and faith popped out. I'm just going to read a little bit here and we're going to discuss it. This is a Chinese proverb here. If I keep a green branch in my heart, the singing bird will come. Faith works. What you expect, you get. That's wonderful to know because you've been given free will and can choose what to expect. You can make the decision to expect good, which is what God's will is for you. Good is actually everywhere around you, just waiting to be expected so that it can become a part of your life. But watch out, fear can keep that good from you. Fear is one of those dragons along the path that blocks your good. Yet, what is fear? Simply faith pointed in the wrong direction. What do you have to say about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Love it. And in fact, it was something that I was talking about yesterday. It's amazing how we're always on the same, every person who's like, connected, well, we're all connected, but who's awake and connected are picking up the same thing. It's like so funny. You think this is a new news to you, but actually it's news to everybody who's on the wavelength, who's woken up. And one of the things actually, was realizing that we're about 2 to 6 seconds behind anything that's going on. So that's the science behind the thing. And if we want something, rather than waiting until we're in the middle of it and then going, is this good or is this bad? Actually make a decision before you see something to decide that no matter what the outcome of this is good for me, this is for me, and it cannot be any other way. The universe is working on my behalf. I do not understand what is going on. And so I choose to see this as good. So whenever you start to step outside of your paradigm, like the world just like freaking changes big style, and you get rocked, and things happen that you just weren't expecting. You just think, oh, this is an easy climb. No, it's really, really funny. Well, it's not funny. Well, it is funny. I've decided it's funny.
Yeah.
And so before I was getting to stuff, rather than when I was in the middle of it and then going, this is good, this is good, this is good, it was like I was in resistance and I was backtracking. So what I started to do whenever I would hear Wolfgang call me and he would say, Sheena, can you come and listen to this message? Or can you come and see this message? Can you come and read this email? And before I would get there, I would decide, whatever the outcome of this is, it is good for me. And I decide that this is a good outcome. So when I got there, I was already in a good place. I was open, I was allowing, rather than, because beforehand, what I noticed, Bobbi Jo, was I was a bit like, oh God, please let this is good news. This is good news. Well, I'm in resistance to everything. And a great thing I heard, it's a line of a song: if you cannot accept the worst of me, you cannot have the best of me. It's the law of polarity, isn't it? So if you don't accept what is bad, apparently, well, you cannot have what's on the other side, because it is the law of polarity and it is equal. So you can be here equal, or you can be here equal. So notice that there's both sides here. So it seems like everything gets lost, but you keep your focus on here. So that was brilliant. No, and she actually said that. She was in the middle of that article. It actually said, make a decision that everything is good.
Yeah. I
Decide
love
that
it.
everything is good, something along those lines. Yeah.
And it goes back to the ABCs. A is awareness, right? Awareness of your choice, right? And it was interesting because when you were saying that, I wrote down laws of polarity and that everything is a choice and a decision, and just knowing that everything is working out for you. Just like we know this is going to drop. That's the law of gravity. We do not need to understand it, but we know it works. And we know this is going to fall, right? Yes. So the same thing when something bad happens by design, something good is showing up. So what's your perception? What are you going to look at, the good or the bad? What are you going to say? I don't mean to throw my mother-in-law under the bus. Wonder if she'll ever watch these. Sorry, Barbara. But like yesterday, I was leaving Connecticut, and as I was driving out, she was like, I hope your flights don't get canceled. And I was like, Barbara, what are you doing? I was like, how about just have a safe flight? Like, why is it that we're so conditioned to talk about the negative and expect the negative? So if that's your vibration to expect, guess what you're going to get, baby? You are going to get the negative. I've had conversations with it like that's nice for you, but my life isn't like that, Bobbi Jo. Everything always happens to me bad. I can't. It's just you're the lucky one, I'm not. I'm like, no, that's BS. It's your mind because your mind is the vibration. That's what the feeling is. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling angry, right? Those are the vibrations. That's what feeling is. And what else did I say? Oh, I love that. The decision, I don't know why I wrote decision is funny. Yeah, you made the decision that it's going to be a good decision. The decision is going to be fun. It's going to work out for me. So it is about expecting good always. You get up, set your intentions. What do? We get up and we react to our day instantly. Oh, what's this day going to be like? Oh, I got to drive the kids. I got to do this. I have a meeting. How about just, yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to hear from an old friend today. Someone's going to buy me a coffee. But it's funny that we do that too. We always expect the smaller things like a front row parking, which didn't happen to me the other day. But when that happens, you're like, yeah, maybe universe is saying you need to walk a little more, girl. So there's always something else showing up, even though we can't see it at the moment. Take it away.
And I had so many things to say, and then I was so busy listening to you, I didn't write a damn thing down. I could hear my inner self going, oh, that's really good. Oh, that's really good. And I was like, but I'm listening to her and I don't want to write it down. But actually, yeah, I mean, the law of assumption, isn't it? You know, what is it you're actually assuming? And before I get out of bed in the morning, I spend 15 minutes just preparing myself to get out of bed. You know,
Oh,
Bob says, you know, like when you wake up, get up. But I do like my 15 minutes of that, of just, you know, the first words that are in my head is I love you. And so
mm,
I'm preparing and paving my path forward, just like Ho'oponopono. You know, I please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. And doing that before I get out of bed and deciding that today is a good day, no matter what. And I'm going to be excited, and I'm learning to be more excited every day. And I did actually have a client's friend, would you believe, who actually said to me, she goes, well, I was speaking to my friend about you, and she said that there is no way that anybody can be happy all the time. There's just
mm.
no way. Life hits you, and that's just the way it is. And I went, and who's she to decide what my life? I had that all my life. That whenever I was happy in the midst of crap, that I would get told off. Like, how dare you be happy whenever the shit's hit the fan? And I took it on, you know, took it on board that I shouldn't be. So that's the paradigm, that, you know, the leveling. Like your financial paradigm is here. So is your
Mm.
happiness paradigm. It's like here. And you hit the ceiling and then you go, no, can't possibly be happier than that. Well, you know what? Finally, it's ripped off. Now I'll do my best not to disappear up into the clouds. You know, I am grounded, and I manage, because I know if I go really high, law of polarity, I'm going to go really low. And so I make sure that I'm in a super, super balanced area, but I can be happy all the time, even in sadness, because I'm happy in my sadness. Even in
Mm.
grief, I'm happy in my grief. I'm happy to experience life living itself through me. So please don't tell me what I can and can't do. I had to laugh whenever they said, you can't possibly be happy, Sheena. And I'm like,
Mm.
that makes me happy that you criticize me for being happy. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for that.
And that's the awareness, that's the learning. That is so funny. That's why Sheena and I are doing here what we do. And we see out there that people just need more love. They need more understanding and compassion and making other people rise. We talk about this all the time. And Sheena, when you rise too high, don't want to, I'll pull you right back down, girl. But that is it, grounded. You're grounded in ourselves and who we are. And we don't react to people who sometimes don't understand us and they want to pull us down because that's their conditioning, their paradigm. And you don't even realize it. You know, your family, your friends, start choosing wisely who you surround yourself with. Don't let them take away your thunder, as we say here in the States. And there was a good little story in there. Oh, a couple stories I wanted to tell. And you said being in the moment, you were just listening to me. Well, at the wedding that I officiated this weekend, at the very beginning, I said, you know, ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom have respectfully requested that there's no photos. Oh, please put all your phones away. No videos, no phones. And they all were like, what? And isn't that it? Because when we're at our concert, favorite song, we whip out our, and you're not in the moment. You're too busy looking at it through your phone. So there's something about that to just really be in the moment, really listen with two ears. I never said those words before I had stepchildren, but listen with two ears and be in the moment and ground. The second story is I saw one of my favorite friends out there, Dr. Jana Younger. I love him madly. And he was telling me a story about airplanes that, he used to teach people how to take off in airplanes. He's like a neuroscientist. Him and Deepak Chopra are like besties and everything. So that's a good story to tell you on the side later, Sheena. But he was telling that, planes go up. Like the plane is designed to go up. Woo, it's so easy. But what they have to teach the pilots is how to ground. Going up and taking off and being there so easy. Just the plane does it. Wow. But coming down, that's the trick. How are you going to ground? And that's a good lesson for us as human beings to learn how to ground ourselves, to learn to be there, know who we are, know where we're at. And that's okay. We're not going to react to other people's stuff because they haven't been disciplined to do the work here. And it's not no one's fault. I always say hurt people, I heard this before, hurt people hurt people. And that's a fact. And so I just learned to love and keep spreading that love everywhere I go. And you should see all the people lately, like this little diamond in a rough. People have just been like, who are you? Where do I find you? Like yesterday, I made best friends at the Atlanta airport. And then when I went through line to get a wrap, he gave it to me for free. I just laughed. He was like, oh my God. And he's going off to play professional basketball over in Turkey. And he was like, yeah, I do a daily word every day for my friends. So he was just on fire about all this stuff because he walked by and he said, what are you working on? And I said, oh, I'm doing a little workshop here in 2 weeks about awareness, about mindset. And he was like, ooh, tell me. So that's all. What are you going to say, Sheena?
I've got nothing to say.
I know. Just keep enjoying the journey every day. This is a work in progress. Don't beat yourself up. Do not. You just have fun with it. We're not always this happy-go-lucky. I mean, I really am. We start to, like Sheena said, you start to realize when, all right, this is a poopy feeling, but whatever. I'm just going to roll with it, and tomorrow's another day. The sun will come out. The clouds are there, but the sun will shine. It's up there still shining. How are you going to look? How are you going to view? Just keep being amazing. And we've said this, when you make other people rise, you rise. Do it right now. If you're listening to this, write down 3 things you can do to help other people today, and I promise you, it's going to shift your vibration, and you are going to feel better.
And again, I had something to say and my mouth opened and it went away again. So I was just like, just let Bobbi Jo have her moment, and she's rocking it and she's doing it. She's doing so well. So I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, nothing else really to add. I mean,
It's all
it
beautiful,
is
isn't it? So it
it's
came down to faith,
yes,
expect good things. Because if you can have a thought, like my mother-in-law, if you can have a thought, why would you talk about the negative?
yeah.
Go for the positive, accept greatness, expect miracles, right? Bob used to say that.
Everything is a miracle. I mean, this is when we know and understand life as it is, like it's, not what we're taught in school. So it actually just goes, everything is an absolute little miracle every single moment. So have faith that there's something that you are that has created all of this. And do you think that it would have let you just, just sit there and not create the best life yet? Anyway, that's for another time. So that's goodbye from me. Anyway, I've got nothing else to say.
Yeah, just be
Practice
great.
and all Bobbi Jo today, weren't you? Just
What?
comment down there. Let us know.
Yes. And shine your greatness, diamond in the rough. Shine your light. Be great. We're all different. We're all a snowflake. We're all a thumbprint. We're all unique. Don't try to be like anyone else. And I know it's hard. Everyone always says it on my clients. I don't know what I want. Well, do you want to be a lifeguard? No. Want to be a limousine driver? No. Do you want to be an actress? You know what I mean? You know what you don't want. So just keep working on you and don't beat yourself up. Just keep loving you. You're doing awesome and spread the joy.
Spread the joy. See you
Spread
later,
it.
bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.